Hello vinyl community, this is Randall, back today with another video. I am wearing a hat today, so this is going to be my look for the foreseeable future until the barbershops open up again. So anyway, today I am here to accept James Griffith's 10 album link challenge. So this is a cool challenge that James has presented. I'll leave a link to James' original video down there in the description. And in this challenge, we are asked to start with one record. It could be any record that we choose, and then link that record to another record. The link could be just about anything. Same musicians playing on both records, the same producer, same songs, I guess, on the same record, just about anything you want. And then just keep on linking records together until you get to the 10th record. And then when you get to the 10th record, you should be able to link it back to your first one. So, I've seen several responses to this. They've all been really good responses so far. And so, I am going to take a stab at it myself. So, I am going to start with the New York Dolls. This is a 2-record set. It compiles the first 2 albums, the only 2 albums, New York Dolls and Too Much Too Soon. So it's really just both albums here on these records compiled into one record. So it's on this cool Blue Mercury label. So yeah, New York Dolls, a band out of New York, up there in the 70s. Their lead singer was a guy named David Johansen. David Johansen. He looks a little bit different here than he did when he was singing with the New York Dolls. This is a record I got when it came out in 1978, so this ringwear is honest ringwear. And yeah, it's a cool record. One interesting thing about this record, David Johansen, is that it's on Blue Sky Records, which is a label that I associate with Johnny Winter. But I guess they obviously had other artists besides him. One of the guitarists who plays, a guest guitarist on that David Johansen album, is Joe Perry from Aerosmith. So, Joe Perry, right there. It's the Get Your Wings album. This is their second album. This album, I don't think there's any really hit songs on here, but there's some really great songs on here, like SOS, Pandora's Box, Train Kept a Rollin', their cover of that Yardbirds song. So, yeah, Joe Perry. The executive producer on this album is Bob Ezrin. Bob Ezrin produced Lou Reed's Berlin album. So, yeah, this is Berlin. Lou Reed. I think this came out in the mid-70s. He had a lot of guest musicians on here. And one of the guest musicians who played bass on that record was Jack Bruce. Jack Bruce, who was also the bass player for Cream. So, here is, well, I think this is Jack Bruce over here and Eric Clapton over here, Ginger Baker. Oh, here's a better picture of him. Here's Clapton up here. Jack Bruce is sitting and Ginger Baker. So this is Live Cream Volume 2. This is what we're hearing right now. We're hearing Steppin' Out. So I don't know if it's loud enough for you really to hear, but that is what's playing. So, yeah, Live Cream Volume 2. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the guitarist for Cream was Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton in 1976, I think, put out this record called No Reason to Cry. Solo album with a whole lot of guest musicians working on this record. It's a cool inner sleeve here shows who some of these people are. Not pictured on this group though, but a person who is mentioned in the credits here, who's mentioned in here, is Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan worked with Eric Clapton on that record, so Bob Dylan's greatest hits. Fantastic record. One of the songs on here is It Ain't Me, Babe. I'll show you, that's a Columbia record. This is the record actually that came with this cool poster. I had this poster on my wall when I was in junior high school, you know, for many years. It was on my wall when I was a kid. But that was a poster that I just got. I mean, it was exactly this poster, but it didn't come in the record. I just bought that as a separate poster by itself. This came in the record, though, so I was glad to get that one. It Ain't Me, Babe is a song that was on that Bob Dylan that he wrote. That song, a band that had a hit song with that was the Turtles. The name of the album, It Ain't Me, Babe. They also do Like a Rolling Stone and Love Minus Zero on this record, so they were definitely one of the bands that was famous for doing Bob Dylan covers. Of course, they had other hit songs later on of their own. So, yeah, the Turtles. Mark Volman and Howard Kalin are the two main singers. I think all of them sang, but those are the two main singers for this band. Here's what that's on White Well Records. They were the two main singers in that band. They were also known as Flo and Eddie in the 70s. They worked with Frank Zappa. And they did background vocals for lots of bands. One of the bands that they did background vocals for was the Psychedelic Furs on this album, Forever Now. I don't have the I don't have it on vinyl. I just have the cassette. But yeah, they sang background vocals on some of that. I do have this 12-inch single, Love My Way. 12-inch single that plays at 45 RPM. The flip side is a non-LP track called Aeroplane. Played this last night. It's actually still on the turntable. Right over there. Sounded great. I mean, really, I can see how people get these 12-inch singles. I mean, the sound is just really spectacular. So, really enjoyed that. So, yeah, so this album was produced by Todd Rundgren. Todd Rundgren, well-known performer and producer from the, well, I mean, still performing and producing now. So this is his album, Initiation. This came out in 1975. Fantastic album. I think he did most of the instrumentation on here himself and wrote it and produced it. Todd Rundgren. And that brings us back to New Doll's first album. Todd Rundgren produced it. So, there you have it, James. There's 10 records, 10 records linked together and all leading back, starting with New Dolls and ending up with New Dolls. So, thanks very much for coming up with the idea, James. A great idea. Enjoyed making the video. So, let me know what you think about these records. And hope everybody's doing well out there. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a great day.